So a fruit seller can buy oranges at 1200 rupees for 10 dozens and can sell them at 135 per dozen. He can buy Mosambis at 1500 for 10 dozens and can sell them at 168 per dozen. Now he wishes to buy and sell only one fruit during the entire season. Which fruit should he be selling? Now you might say he should sell the fruit that gives him more profit. Let's start with the cost. We see oranges cost 1200 rupees and Mosambis cost 1500 rupees. Now let's look at the sale price. Let's call it sale price SP. Now for oranges, he can sell them at 135 per dozen, and of course he, let's say, buys 10 dozens. So for 10 dozens, we are seeing the cost. Therefore, for 10 dozens, the selling price would be 1350 rupees. That's 10 times of 135 rupees. And Mosambis, he can sell at 168 per dozen. For 10 dozens, it would be 1680. Now let's see the profit. So the profit here is 150 and the profit here is 180. So actually going by the profit, you will definitely say Mosambis. He should be selling Mosambis because for every 10 dozen, it gives 180 rupees as the profit. For every 1200 rupees that the seller will have to get, he will get 150 on top of that. And for every 1500, he'll get 180 on top of that. Now let's try to find out the percent or the profit per 100. And then let's see, because right now the cost is different, so we can't compare. So let's find out the profit percent of profit per 100. All right. So here I can see that if this is 1200, then I know that if the cost would be 100 and there would be some profit here, I don't know what profit, then I would say if he keeps continuing like that, he will, for every 100 he will get some profit. Of course, for another 100 he'll get some profit. If I keep continuing like that, for the oranges, 1200 rupees of the cost, he will get 150 as the profit. You see 150 here. So I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, but I know that I need to find out the profit for every 100. Now I know in 1200, 12 hundredths fit. So I can say profit will also be multiplied 12 times because this is profit per 100. If there are 12 hundreds, then 12 times the profit. So similarly, I come to the Mosambi. I see that 1500 is the cost and 180 is the profit. I need to find out the profit per 100. So let's say for every 100, the profit is, for every 100 rupees of cost that he buys, he gets some profit, means over and above he gets that much money more. He will sell it for, let's say, 115, then the profit will be 15. So I don't know what is the profit per 100, but I know that if this continues like that, for every 100 he'll keep getting the same amount. And if this continues like that, he will reach 1500 of cost. That's 15 times, and he'll get 180 rupees. You see, this is 180 on 1500. So I know that 1500 has 15 hundreds. Therefore, profit will also be 15 times. Whatever be the profit here, 15 times of that should be 180. So let's take a look. So I know that at 1200 rupees, I have 150 of profit. And I also know that for the Mosambi for 1500 rupees, 180 is the profit. I want to find out for every 100 what is the profit to compare. So here I know 12 of the hundreds make up 1200 and here 15 of the hundreds make up 1500. So if the profit here, if let's say is 2 rupees for every 100, then it'll be only 24 because 12 times 2 is 24. हर 100 पे दो रुपया प्रॉफिट, तो 1200 पे 12 टाइम्स 2 24 रुपया होगा. बट आई नो के प्रॉफिट 150 है, सो आई नीड टू फाइंड आउट हर 100 पे कितना है. 126 फिर भी प्रॉफिट रह गया. सो व्हाट डू आई डू? आई गो टू लेट्स से 10 rupees. If I do 10 rupees, 10 10 10 10 10 on every 100 after 1200 is 120 rupees. Still 30 left. So let me do, let's say, 12. Yeah, now I think it makes sense. We are close. So if the profit on every 100 is 12 rupees, then after 12 times or 12 days or 12 hundreds, the profit is 144. If I do 13 and 6 is still left. So if I do 13, I'm actually exceeded the profit. I've not made 156. So what I do, let me do 12.5, 12 and a half, exactly 150. So you see for every 100 here, the profit is 12 and a half. So we've actually found out the percent. So the profit for the oranges would be 12.5%, which is 12 and a half for every 100. Now let's come to the Mosambi. I know that it's 1500 rupees of the cost that the fruit seller bears, he gets 180 rupees as profit on top of it. So let's say he gives on every 100 he makes let's say 12 rupees, or let's say 10 rupees. It'll be 150. 30 rupees still short. So let me make it 11. 165, 15 rupees still short. 180 पहुंचना है हमें. 1500 15 times 100 तो 11 भी 15 time होगा, which will be 165. So let's make it 12. If you make it 12, then it will be 180. Exactly 180. Because for every 100, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, like that, we keep going to 1500. The profit is 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. It goes on 15 times and becomes 180, which is correct. So I would say Mosambik, the profit a percent per 100 is 12. Now this is very good to compare. Oranges is 12 and a half, Mosambik is 12 for every 100. Then I would say that even though the profit of oranges is 150, but the cost is also less, right? It's 1200. So it's good to say that what for every cost of 100, what is the profit? Oranges is 12 and a half, Mosambik is 12. Therefore, the fruit seller must sell oranges. So you see, what we did was actually a very simple way to find out the profit per cent or per 100. So next time somebody asks you, you don't need a formula or anything. You just have to find out per 100. So you have to keep repeatedly adding, repeatedly multiplying. Think in a very simple way. But sometimes if you want to do fast and if you need to find out the profit percentage, then you can say that uh, originally 1200 was, as you see, the cost here, and on that 150 was the profit. Now I want to find out the profit per 100 per cent. Then I don't know what this would be. So I can say if this has increased 12 times into 12, then the profit also will increase 12 times, right? So I don't know what is the profit, but I know it will increase 12 times. Something 12 times is 150. So 2, 3 times is 6. Then 6 divided by 3 will be 2. Similarly, I can say something into 12. If that is 150, then 150 divided by 12 is that something. Therefore, if we do the division, it's 12.5 and this will be 12.5% for every 100. Similarly, here for Mosambis, we saw the shortcut is 1500. The profit is 180. Therefore, I know I need to find out the profit per 100. For every 100, something will be the profit. So this becomes 15 times. Therefore, this profit will also increase by 15 times. So something into 15, if that is 180, then 180 divided by 15 is that something. Therefore, this would be 12% or 12 per 100. So you see, finally, I can say that for every 100, oranges give 12 and a half rupees as profit, means it's a percent, and Mosambis are actually gonna give 12%. So even though initially I saw that the profit is more on Mosambis, which is 180, but for every 100 it gives only 12 rupees as profit, and for every 100 rupees, oranges are giving 12 and a half rupees. So I think the fruit seller should do the business of oranges.